what's up? It's Matt in Japan, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you from the Transformers Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures line. This is Deluxe Class Dinobot Slug. Been meaning to review this guy for a while now. I have the other figures in the collection, so I've been meaning to add him to my collection. Just got him in the other day from Yahoo Auction, so decided to give him a little review here. So let's take a look at the packaging. First thing you notice, it is an open packaging. There's no plastic here. Hasbro's trying to save on plastic, I guess. But just make sure if you do pick up these figures, kind of look down and make sure he has all of the accessories and things. So I did make sure he was fully complete and intact and everything. So just, yeah, make sure if you guys pick one of these up, he is all ready. So you have a nice big Autobot symbol there, Transformers down the side. You get a very cool image of Dinobot Slug in his Dino Mode with the shoulder-mounted cannons going to town on the Decepticons. Looking very cool. On the side, he is a deluxe class. Dinobots Unite, you see the other figures in the line. I'm really looking forward to what they do with Swoop here. And yeah, product information on the bottom, and you have the same image on the side. Authentics logo, you get more of a full picture of Slug. He's looking pretty mean there. Really like that product, the image there. And on the back, you have your product shot of Dinobot Slug. He is a fiery Dinobot ally, and he converts in 25 steps to his Dino Mode. And he has the Blaster Fire Fury gimmick, which is basically just the blast effects. But the fact that he does come with blast effects is very cool. The other figures in the line did not. So again, Dinobots Unite. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this deluxe class Dinobot Slug out of the packaging and see what he's all about. All right, so here we have Bumblebee Cyberverse Adventures Dinobot Slug out of the packaging. And before we get into his details, let's take a look at the accessories he comes with. He does come with 3 accessories. The first one being his blaster, and it's done a sort of gunmetal gray, sort of dark gray plastic with some nice silver paint on the back. You can see a little bit of detail there. You get sort of 4 spikes there. A very simple gun, but very nice. And it does house the blast effects, which I'll show you next. And it does come with the blast effects. Now this is just one solid piece. It is not 2 separate pieces. And I really like the way this came out. You can see the sort of smoke and the missiles coming out. And some very nice detail actually on there. And those just plug in like so. And actually, it's a very nice tight fit there. So that's cool. And then he does come with one more accessory, and that is his axe. And this is done in a clear red plastic with some black paint over the top. And again, some very nice, not a lot of detail, but yeah, you get again those 4 spikes there. And very cool. So he can either hold this, or actually there's a port on top of the gun, and you can actually just create one big massive weapon like this, or you can have him hold his axe and his gun separately. But I'm gonna do just the big ol' honkin' blaster here. So that is how it looks in sort of combined mode, or you can just basically take that off and have him hold it just as an axe, like so. So there you go. You can hold his accessories very easily. So very cool. And let's get his accessories off him. Very tight. One thing I did notice on this guy, all the joints are very tight, which is more than I can say for some other figures. I've noticed a lot of these Cyberverse figures, the joints are very, very tight, which I really appreciate, and it's actually a breath of fresh air here. So let's take a look at that head sculpt. Look at that guy. He's got that grumpy kind of mean look on his face, some really nice detail. I'm just loving the head sculpts on these Cyberverse figures. So you get some nice black, chunky plastic there with some nice blue paint for the visor, and you get some nice silver paint on the mouth. And you have the sort of molded in Autobot symbol, which is very interesting there. You get some nice blue, powder blue paint on either side, some nice silver detail there. And again, there's been a sort of a theme throughout this series, this little sort of dots, indented dots here on the chest. And going down, you get some sort of yellowish gold plastic for the arm. You get some nice silver paint there, some nice detail there on the arm. And just going down the figure. Yeah, some really nice detail. Really love I think the chest pieces on a lot of these guys are just really well done. And going down, you get a little bit on the crotch piece there, some black detail there. And the legs, again, you get some black detail. And you can see how his dino legs kind of hang off his robot legs. But for the most part, yeah, he's looking pretty good. That's how he looks from the back. He's got a little bit of hollow bits, but they house sort of the dino tail there back there, so not too bad. And he does have a port there for if you want to put him on a stand or whatever. So yeah, before we get into articulation, let's do some size comparisons with the other figures. So we have Dinobot Slug, and then we have Snarl over here, and then we'll bring in Sludge over here. So that is how, let's see if we can get them all in the camera. in the shot there. So that's sort of how they look together. And yeah, so far this is a cool little team of Dinobots. Dinobots unite. Looking very good. So what I was talking about is like each one of these figures has that sort of little, these little sort of, I don't know what to call them, but yeah, these little details. I think the chest pieces on all these figures are just really nice. And Sludge as well has those sort of, you know, hexagonal, I don't know how many sides that is, but it has some just really nice detail. And the same goes for Slug here. I think it just adds some really nice detail to the figure. So anyways, let's get into Slug's articulation. Take these guys off. Now, like I said, this guy is super tight, and I really do appreciate it. So as far as articulation goes, his head it's a little bit tricky to get in there, and I really don't think it moves that much. You can do a little side to side, but because of the way, you know, because of the Slug's design, it's very difficult to get any head articulation. His arms are on ball joints, and they go do the full 360, and they can go out that much. He does have about a 90 degree at the elbow, and basically there's no hand articulation. For transformation, it does kind of go in and out like that, but not much. And he does have a very tight waist swivel. I'm not even exaggerating here. This thing is super tight, and again, it's so nice to have tight joints on these figures. He can do basically the full splits, and he can kick back that much, and he can kick forward about that much. He has over a 90 degree at the knee because of transformation, and he does have a nice really deep ankle rocker joint here, and as well as some movement forward and back. So highly articulated figure. These Cyberverse figures are actually have more articulation than some of the mainline, you know, some of like the War for Cybertron figures, and definitely some of the Studio Series figures. So yeah, looking really good, and I just love how tight and everything is. So I am already very impressed with this guy, and he just seems like he's a lot of fun, and I'm gonna have some fun posing him as well. So let's get into his Dino Mode, see how he fares. All right, so here we have Dinobot Slug all transformed into his Dinobot Mode, and the instructions were pretty clear. There's a couple times I got a little confused. I had a little bit of troubles pegging this back piece. There's some tabs under there, and if this part isn't aligned right and done right, there's kind of a lot of twists and turns and things. But I finally got him in, and he's pretty solid. So just be careful when you're transforming him. He does transform in 25 steps, but there are some sort of intricacies in his transformation. Otherwise, a very cool Dino Mode indeed. Let's take a look at his details here. You see the nice Autobot symbol on his snout there, and you see that nice yellowish gold plastic. You see the sort of translucent red horns there. It's a nice detail on the crest as well, and he has a little mouthpiece there. It's actually a fake jaw there. His real jaw for the is down there, and so that can kind of just open and close. And yeah, just going down the figure here, you get some nice little red highlights here on his legs and the sort of belly. And you see his tail, some nice sort of design work here and some molded detail on the tail piece. But yeah, all in all, he cleans up very nicely and very cool. I love these little spikes on his forearms there. So very cool. Get some nice detail as well in the Dino Mode. So very cool looking. This guy, I like this guy a lot. So as far as articulation, I just showed you the jaw there's a hinge there. He can open and close his jaw. There's a little bit of head articulation, kind of look up and down. There's no you know, you can't move it around or anything like that. You can just go up and down like that. And of course, all the joints on the legs are articulated. Same with the back leg. He can't go forward that much, but you can kind of go back that much. And there's a little bit of movement at the knee there. And there's nothing really at the tail. This piece is on a hinge, so you can kind of hinge that if you want. Tail articulation. Anyways, taking a look at the top there is a port there, and you can take his blaster Fire Fury and just plug that in like so. And again, this is a very, very tight fit. So there he is with his weapons, looking very cool. Really like this guy a lot. And let's bring in the other Dinobots for some size comparison. So here we have Snarl. This is Slug in the middle, and we got Sludge over here. Let's see if we can get them all in the shot. This guy's really big, actually. So, let's see. Let me just pull my camera back just a little bit. And let's get these guys in the frame. So, there are the three Autobots, Dinobots, Autobots, Dinobots. Dinobots Unite. There they are. So, this has been Matt in Japan for the Dinobots Unite, Bumblebee, Transformers, Cyberverse, Adventures, blah, blah, blah. Deluxe class Slug Great figure, tons of articulation, some nice detail. Comes with the blast effects, the weapons, and just an all-around fun figure. So I definitely would highly recommend this guy. If you have the other two, and if they're planning on releasing the Swoop, and they have the Grimlock as well, you might as well get all the Dinobots. I love my Dinobots, so yeah, definitely had to have this guy in my collection. So anyways, please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.